classmates, guess what? It's me, Deanna.
Hey guys, this is Brett, and I know it's been a few weeks, but welcome back to Hard Lessons True Crime Podcast.
Heck yeah.
I don't know if it's just me. If there's any other podcasters out there listening, let me know. We've been doing this for like over a year now, and I know it's been a couple of weeks since we've posted an episode, but when I see that countdown start counting down, I get nervous still.
Why?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
But I'm sweating, and I'm like, ah.
So, I've never been nervous. I just forget what I'm supposed to say.
It's natural.
It is. Y'all have no idea.
That is the dichotomy that is us. So
yes, you should. Do you have that picture, right, of the banner I bought for Thanksgiving?
I do. That is going to be on the social medias.
Yes, and then it'll be like classic.
So a little backstory. This banner that Teach bought, she bought to hang it up in her classroom.
On my door.
On her door.
I thought it said something else, and it did not.
Look at our Facebook and Instagram. It'll be posted there later today.
Yes.
So.
Alrighty, I'm excited about this.
I am too.
Am I going to be on the edge of my seat?
Well, this is a host choice.
Okay, am I going to be on the edge of my seat, or I'm going to be left wondering?
It's going to be kind of funny.
Okay.
The last episode we did was kind of heavy and dark.
Yes, which you need to update everybody.
I do. Thank you for the reminder, Teach.
Because that one that touched me, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
you need to find out.
That one left Teach in tears, and so last episode we covered the murder of Sister Tamara. I've got my notes right here.
Yeah, you got the notes right there because you found out two things.
Okay, I think I know the one. Oh, I think I know what two you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, so we covered the murder of Sister Tadea Benz, just 40 miles from here in Amarillo, Texas, on Halloween night, 1981.
Mm-hmm.
And so arrested and charged with the murder and executed was young Johnny Frank Garrett.
Yes.
And if y'all remember, Johnny Frank had a rough childhood. Extremely. Nobody should have to go through what he had to go through.
Nope.
12 years after his execution, in the mid 2000s, 2005, 2006, Johnny Frank was exonerated. He did not commit the murders.
He did not. He was actually innocent.
As he said all along. And how they found that out was they still had some DNA samples. They sent it in. They tested it. It was not Johnny Frank's DNA.
And who started this route?
His two sisters.
Sisters, and then who else got involved?
You're going to have to refresh me on that one.
Quackenbush?
Oh, yes. Amarillo attorney Jesse Quackenbush. And
along with the sisters.
Yes. They pushed the narrative. If you remember, I didn't say the guy's name in the story, but there was a Puerto Rican. There's a lot of refugees in Amarillo, and there was a man that had been hanging around the convent.
You brought him up.
And but I didn't mention his name.
Oh, okay.
Because, they didn't list him as a suspect.
Okay.
Turns out it was his DNA. So he was the murderer of...
He did too. The one right down the street from the nun.
It was about 6 months earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I even remember saying, wow, that sounds so familiar. So now what's happening to the city of Amarillo?
Attorney Quackenbush has got them tied up in a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And he is also the movie that I had mentioned.
Yes. We forgot to watch it.
We have. I think it's on Prime.
Okay.
That's where I saw it. I didn't watch all of it because it's pretty cheesy. Anyway, he's the one that wrote it. he wrote the movie.
Okay, well, but still, I mean, if it,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
will have to see. We'll do it. Okay.
All right.
So thank you for that update because that after that horribleness, that I needed that.
If y'all don't remember, Teach was visibly upset. Probably the last 10, 15 minutes of the episode, it was just me talking. And that just tells you the heart of a teacher.
Or a human.
Or just any human, really.
And I'm going to be honest, I still want to take a baseball bat to that man.
The detective?
No, to the so-called stepfather, and then I want a list of the people that he sold that boy to, and I want a baseball bat to all of them.
Everyone.
And I'm not a violent person, but
yeah, you just don't do that to somebody, especially somebody that's supposed to be your child.
Yes, I would do that for anybody, literally.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move on.
So after that heavy episode, I thought, let's do something light this time. Let's go around, especially with it being host choice. But before that, the more you know.
The less you need.
The less you need.
I'm so sorry.
So now, classmates, the reason it has been a while since we have done an episode is, as you can tell, Teach has had a horrible, horrible cold, possibly flu. She's the type that never takes off work. She just goes ahead and does it. She's like, I could feel bad at home or I could feel bad here. She actually stayed home a day. And so she's getting better.
I regretted it too.
Yeah.
Because I could have done so much work.
She's getting better. She still has the cough. So if you hear a cough every once in a while, I'll try to edit them all out. But if you hear a cough every once in a while, we do apologize. The more you know.
The more you know.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yes, it is.
The first Halloween. No. Halloween. Why do I keep saying Halloween? Edit that out.
No, I like all the goofs. It's not professional, as you can tell.
We're not some of your high class. We're just a couple of goofballs that figured we could start a podcast. And a year later, here we are.
Yeah. So, if anybody wants to show up with some really cool equipment and be our producer people, by golly, let us know and we'll give you our address.
Boom. The first Thanksgiving was celebrated in 1621. Mm-hmm. But it was more than 200 years before it became a national holiday, signed in by President Abraham Lincoln in 1863.
Why? You didn't look that part up.
I just saw this and wrote it down. I thought, hey, Thanksgiving's around the corner, so we'll use that.
Yeah, I'm curious why it took 200 years for people to be thankful.
Why? Okay, so another update for next week. Mm-hmm. All right, I made myself a note, and I will forget.
Hey, my relatives were there.
Yes, they were. The murderous scoundrel.
Hey, that pig should have stayed on his own side.
You got a point. It's never his fault. See what I deal with, classmates? It's never their fault.
Not when your pigs won't leave my food at home.
All right, you ready to get started?
Yep. Class is in session.
All right. Some are boring. Some are tragic. Some may leave you scratching your head.
Uh-huh.
But in the end, death comes for us all.
Yes, the moment we are born.
There is no way to escape it.
Nope.
Death is defined as the action or fact of dying or being killed. The end of life of a person or an organism.
So basically your heart and your brain stop functioning.
Basically.
In that order. Or sometimes the opposite order.
Today's report is entitled, What a Way to Go.
What a way to go.
We're going to
drowning in a bowl full of raviolis.
We're going to be talking about strange ways that people have died.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So the first one, we got some famous people.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Tennessee Williams. He was an American playwright. He was born March 26, 1911, and he died February 25th, 1983.
Whoa.
Some of Tennessee's most popular plays included A Streetcar Named Desire, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, The Rose Tattoo, The Glass Menagerie. I had to look up how to say that. Menagerie? What's a menagerie?
I don't know. What is a menagerie or whatever?
Oh, I didn't look that one up.
Okay, I've got to Google it because I don't know. I could have just said a dirty word and didn't note it.
And Summer and Smoke.
Hmm.
One of Tennessee's biggest fears his whole life was choking.
Oh, no.
Sadly, on February 25th of 1983, this fear came true.
Okay.
While staying at the Hotel Elise in New York City, using his teeth to open a bottle of eye drops, he swallowed the lid.
Wow.
And choked to death. He is buried in St. Louis, Missouri at the Calvary Cemetery.
Not interesting. I mean, you're going to be afraid of that, so let's put a tiny cap in our mouth. And
Yeah. So what is menagerie?
that's an animal. It's like a wild reserve.
Oh, okay.
Wild animal reserve type thing.
Very cool.
I think. What was the title of it again?
The Glass Menagerie.
Okay, I may have to just Google the whole thing.
Okay.
Sorry, English lits out there. I don't know what that means.
Attila the Hun.
Okay.
He was a great warrior and military leader.
Evil and crazy, but yeah.
Thought to be an uneducated barbarian,
Nope.
Attila was actually raised in privilege. His two uncles, Akhtar and Ruga, jointly ruled the Hun Empire from the 420s to the 430s. Ridiculous that time goes back that far.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool, though.
It is. He, along with his brother Bleda, received instruction in archery, sword fighting, and how to care for and ride horses.
Well, you're a military person.
You got to know that stuff. Attila's uncles both passed away in the year 434, so he and Bleda gained joint control over the Hun Empire. About 11 years later, in 445, wanting total control over the Hun Empire, he had his brother executed for plotting against him.
Or so he thought.
Well, no.
He really was. I know. I was trying to.
He really wasn't. He just made that up to
kill him.
So he could have all the control. In 453, I keep on saying 1450. In 453, although he had several wives, Attila decided to take another.
Oh, of course.
Why not?
Yeah, I wore those out. Never mind, that was wrong. I'm so sorry.
They ate, they drank, and they partied all night. The next morning, guards broke down his bedroom door when he failed to appear. There they found the great warrior, dead. No sign of injury, but he did have a nosebleed. Nobody knows where he is buried. I found this one very interesting because the servants that took him out and buried him, as soon as they came back, the warriors didn't go with them to bury him. They just said, y'all go bury him. So the servants go out, they bury him. When they come back, the servants executed all the warriors executed all the servants. So nobody knows where he's buried. So
what was his fear of death?
No, he didn't have a fear. Tennessee had the fear.
Oh, okay.
He just died.
Oh.
He partied himself.
Brain aneurysm.
Partied himself to death. Maybe too many wives. You know, and I keep saying this over and over and over again. I've said this for years. The more wives you have, the more mother-in-laws you have. So, why you want more?
Yeah, but back then, they may not have even had to deal with the mother-in-laws.
You got a point.
You know, hey, she looks really cute. I like her. I'm going to marry her. And then that's all there is to it.
Yes, ma'am.
So who took on after him?
So moving on to...
Okay.
Once we talk about his death, he's done. We go on to the next one.
Okay.
Isadora Duncan. She was born May 26, 1877, and she passed away September 14th, 1927.
Okay.
Name sound familiar to you?
Isadora
Duncan.
as in Duncan Hines?
Yes, but there's no relation.
Okay, so it's not Duncan Hines. Okay.
No. Isadora developed an approach to dance that emphasized more natural movement. She was noted as breaking the restrictions of ballet.
Oh.
She was raised in California. Her parents divorced while she was still an infant. Raised by her mother, whose name was Dora, and she was a piano teacher. So there was a heavy emphasis on the arts.
Yep, liberal arts. Awesome.
At age 6, Isadora started teaching other kids in her neighborhood dance movements.
Huh. She's teaching at 6 years old.
Mm-hmm. She requested to leave school at age 10 to focus on teaching her growing dance classes, and her mother agreed.
At 10?
At 10 years old. She eventually moved to Europe with her brother Raymond and studied Greek mythology and visual iconography.
Where did the brother come from? Apparently the mom got remarried? Or older brother?
Just said with her brother.
Okay.
This is where Isadora developed a general style of movement. She took ancient rituals around dance, nature, and the body became central to her performance. Her dress was inspired by Greek imagery and Italian Renaissance paintings, and she would always dance barefoot, said that she would get a more natural feel. Isadora would perform her self-choreographed dances in the homes of the financial elite in Europe.
Dude, they probably paid.
Probably. In 1902, she had a big break and had a run of sell-out shows in Budapest. With all of her achievements, Isadora has been called the mother of modern dance.
Okay.
Sounding like she's got a good life, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sadly.
Probably wasn't.
In 1913, no, she did, but in 1913, she had 2 small children, and they, along with their nanny, drowned when the car they were in fell into the Seine River. Class is not dismissed. In the mid-1920s, her husband, Sergei Yesenin, not being able to ever get over the loss of his 2 young children, committed suicide. And on September 14th, 1927, while riding in a car with a friend near Nice, France, the scarf that Isadora was wearing got caught on the back tires of the vehicle.
Oh my gosh.
And strangled her to death.
Oh, okay. I was thinking her head was going to pop off. Still is bad.
It is bad. Isadora was cremated and her ashes were placed next to her children in a columbarium, which is a place where cremated remains go.
She was located, or that's where they put her?
That's where they put her, and I meant to write down the name of the cemetery, but I failed to do so because the next line says, in this cemetery are over 1 million burials, including famous people such as Jim Morrison, lead singer of The Doors.
But they were in France, so she was buried over here?
Author Oscar Wilde, and musical composer Chopin.
Wow.
So those are the famous people that I had written down.
Okay.
Now we'll go for a little more common folk, and there's no names listed with these.
Okay.
In 2008, a Canadian man reported to police that his wallet and other personal items were stolen when he left them at a gas station. Well, the personal items would be like his driver's license, things inside his wallet.
Yes.
Police were able to find his wallet dropped down in a storm sewer drain, not far from the gas station. The man unsuccessfully tried to recover it, and police advised him not to try again. However, an hour later, the original officer that took the report drove by and saw the man's pickup in the same area. Officer checked the drain, and there he found the grate removed and the man wedged headfirst inside.
Oh, gross.
The fire department used a tow truck to pull the still alive man out. However, he died later at the hospital.
I wonder if his lungs got crushed, his chest crushed or something.
That's what I'm thinking. It sounded like it was in a very tight area.
I know. Like, was the wallet really worth that?
This is what I'm thinking. Is it that big of a deal? You can go to the store and buy one for $5.
I mean, there could have been something in it that was irreplaceable, though.
It could have been.
You know, I mean.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe the wallet was a gift from somebody. I mean, you don't know.
It very well could be. All right. 1998, England. A 16-year-old boy dies after being exposed to deodorant fumes. According to the BBC, 130 people have died since 1971 after intentionally inhaling aerosol deodorant. Now, that's not what this young man was doing.
That's good.
He was obsessed with hygiene and would spray his body 5 times a day at least, according to his family. They also said that he would spray so much that they could actually taste the fumes downstairs.
Ew.
Could you imagine?
No, that's just disgusting.
The autopsy revealed that the young man had 10 times the lethal amount of butane and propane in his system.
Is this why aerosols are kind of banned?
I was thinking that because as I was writing that, I was like, I used to use aerosol all the time because I didn't like the white streaks that would leave on my shirt when I'd use roll-on, but now roll-on's all you see.
And I'm just thinking, why didn't they just take that stuff away from him? Like, no, it's like one squirt. There's 2 squirts. Squirt, squirt. And that's it. That's all you need.
You don't need to reapply.
That would be disgusting. Remember those commercials with the Aquanet?
Oh, my God.
Like walls would be covered with hairspray.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it was just everywhere.
All over the place. All over the place.
All over.
You wear a bra, right?
Yes. It's kind of necessary.
They, you ever feel like they could kill you?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. I can imagine. I've never had a bra on. Not even for a second, so I wouldn't know, but I've heard you and other women complain about them. And London, England. Again, back in England. I don't know what's going on in England, but you people are wild.
Right?
1999, death by bra.
I won't want to wear one no more.
2 friends out walking through Hyde Park, and a thunderstorm comes in. As they're looking for shelter, a massive bolt of lightning strikes and killed them instantly. The underwire on both of their bras acted as a conductor.
That sounds far-fetched.
It would be 15 hours before their bodies were found.
Ew.
So they could have been alive at first.
Yeah. I needed to be a witness to this. I don't know.
The coroner listed their cause of death as quote-unquote misadventure.
Misadventure. Lightning. I mean, that's...
Death by a bra.
Death by lightning. I wonder if you could tell if they had been...
They had burn marks from the underwire.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yes, ma'am.
Short-circuited their heart out.
That's right. So, and that is all that I have for you this week. Something short, sweet, and simple, and kind of a little bit... I know it's talking about death, but it is a little bit lighthearted.
It's different. I had never heard death by bra. Lightning
or
strike.
deodorant.
Yeah.
Or a scarf getting caught in a tire wheel.
Oh, yeah. I could just picture it just kept turning, and she's trying to scream, and she can't scream, and all of a sudden her head pops off.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That would be very bad.
My bibliography for this week, howstuffworks.com, 10 Bizarre Ways to Die, homework.study.com, How Did Tennessee Williams Die? History.com, 8 Things You Might Not Know About Attila the Hun. Side note, before I read this last one, never thought about Attila the Hun part being hungry.
Oh.
Yeah. And then biography.com, a nice little article on Isadora Duncan.
Hmm.
So that is that for this week, Teach.
Very interesting.
What's my grade?
A B.
A B. You know, I had a good long run with the A's, so.
I mean, this was interesting, you know. But somebody else could give you an A just because you did it and you looked up the information. So,
Right.
Sorry about that noise.
Yeah, that's for y'all, those that don't know, Teach is a diabetic, and so
I ate something I shouldn't have.
That's her little warning signal. If y'all ever hear that, we do apologize, but we can't control it either. So, and I'm not going to ask her to turn that down because we may need to know if it's going low.
And actually, the volume isn't on, so it's automatically going to sound.
See there, we can't even do it.
Yeah.
So.
But I ate something I shouldn't have.
Uh-oh.
It was good, though.
The cherry chocolates?
Yes.
I saw you with it, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yes. I think that maybe the second or third one in my life.
Yeah.
Like the Little Debbie cherry chocolate. Mm-hmm.
It was quote-unquote good?
Yep. You would have gotten a B+.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If?
No, it was a B+.
B+?
Yeah, a good B.
Good B.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
See, the little questions like, so who's the brother? Where'd the brother come from? Who took after Attila? I mean, did he have some sons? Did
I
one of them take over?
But it wasn't about Attila. It was about his death.
No, but you know my brain.
I know. We do have some time left, and I just wanted to quickly mention that Teach and I are excited. March 22nd, 2025, we are going to be at the Boomtown Comic Con in Borger, Texas. So we have filled out our paperwork, and I shared on our Facebook page that the little nice write-up that the folks with Boomtown Comic Con wrote up about us. So we're going to be there. We're excited. If you're in the area, come on by.
Heck yeah.
Say hello. Buy merchandise.
We'll be wearing our shirts.
We'll be wearing our shirts, and we'll have stuff for sale. So
yes, please, somebody that is our fan, a true fan, please come by. That would be so embarrassing and lonely.
I know. I'll be sitting there, and it sounds like a great time talking with the husband and wife team that's putting this on.
Who else is going to be there? Yeah.
There's going to be other podcasters there. There's going to be an actress who played Pippi Longstocking.
Nice.
Remember the movie series from back in the 80s?
Yes, I loved that show. I wanted to be her.
Yeah?
Yes, I really did.
I don't really know who else I can say.
That's okay.
Without their permission, but
and it's
there's going to be a Star Wars theme people there.
What?
I may have said too much already. If I have, Greg and Christy, I apologize. Just don't listen to this part.
Star Wars. Oh my gosh.
I'm excited.
Now I want to watch it.
Okay.
I love Star Wars.
We'll watch Star Wars tonight.
I love Star Wars.
All right, guys. So, Teach, what am I doing for next week?
You are going to be doing International True Crime.
International True Crime.
Yes.
Teach will be traveling next week, so I'm going to try to get this written up quick. I've already got a story in mind.
Yes, because we have plans that Friday night, and then I'm leaving that Saturday, so.
Yeah. So we got to get it going.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, this one was short and quick, but we didn't want to go another week or two without recording anything. And more than likely, like last year, how we didn't record any in the month of December because of Christmas and all that, we will probably be recording in December this year because we did just take that small 2-3 week break, even
Yeah.
though it wasn't just.
No, heck no, we can. Maybe there will be some Christmas story or something.
Maybe. There is a lot of murder around Christmas time.
There is, and it's sad.
Yes, ma'am.
We really should be celebrating in September, but it's just a different story.
Different story.
Maybe that's what you could find a story about that.
So, maybe so.
He probably has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yes. All right. So we will see you next time. Have a good week, and thank you for supporting us.
Yes, thank you. Class is dismissed.